on Abu Hamza. He's a radical cleric, of course, and a terrorism suspect, Babar Ahmad, who've lost their appeals against extradition to the United States. This has gone on and on and on, hasn't it? But the decision by the European Court of Human Rights means they, along with three other terrorism suspects in the UK, could face extradition soon. Now, the Home Office has welcomed the decision and says it will work to ensure they're handed over as quickly as possible to the US authorities. I'm going to speak quickly to two people. One is Michael Kaplan, who's a solicitor who specialises in international criminal law, and then Fahad Ansari, who is a human rights lawyer. Michael, first of all, I mean, how soon might all this happen now, do you think?
I think certainly so far as Abu Hamza is concerned, very quickly. It could be a matter of days. It's a matter of how administratively it can be arranged. I think there may be a longer period so far as Babar Ahmad is concerned, because there are other considerations being undertaken, I think, by the DPP's office as to whether he should be prosecuted in this country. So there may be those representing him may be seeking and undertaking not to do anything until those are considered fully.
It is quite significant, this, isn't it? Because the US and the UK have been working very hard at this, and effectively, this is almost the court saying, "Okay, people can go to the US."
Well, it is a very significant judgment, no question about that. It removes really the last legal bar in Europe to their extradition, and I'm sure the Home Office will say they've been vindicated, and they will consider this a very important decision. And of course, it works well with their relationship with the United States.
Taken a long time there.
Well, inevitably, it's gone through the court process, but I hope people will realise that everyone's entitled to the matter to be considered fully by the court and here Europe. But of course, we've now reached a situation where the last bar to the removal of these people has been now removed in Europe.
Okay, thank you. Let's speak to Fahad Ansari, who is a human rights lawyer and friend of Babar Ahmad's family. Fahad, I mean, I'm sure you're unhappy at this, but the legal process has been gone through now, hasn't it? It's just about finished.
Well, to be honest, the Chamber judgment is largely really irrelevant, because it should never have come to this stage. Had the British police done their job 9 years ago and sent the material seized from Babar's home to the Crown Prosecution Service rather than secretly passing it to the American authorities, we would have had a domestic prosecution for what has been an alleged crime committed on UK soil. There's no real territorial jurisdiction for the United States that the UK doesn't have. And we have a private prosecution that a businessman up north, Carl Watkins, has commenced. So we have all this evidence in the hands of the DPP. There's no reason why he cannot now make a decision on prosecuting Babar and the other British citizen, Dullah Hassan, in the UK.
Right, but it's not going to happen, is it? I mean, wasn't this just about the last hurdle? Is there anything else you can do?
Well, I mean, the ball is in the DPP's court. All the material which forms the basis of the US indictment was seized from Babar's home by British police in a British operation. There was a real error of due process in that being sent to the American authorities without it being considered by our own prosecution authorities. Why should our justice system be subcontracted to a third jurisdiction? These are British citizens. They're alleged to be have committed crimes in this country. So why should they be extradited to a foreign jurisdiction? The DPP has that material in his possession. He's had so for several months now, and he has yet to make a decision. Now, what we would hope is that the Home Secretary would undertake to halt any extradition of Babar and Dullah until the DPP makes a final decision on whether or not these men can be prosecuted in this country.
And that's Fahad Ansari. Thank you. By the way, we hear that Hamza, Ahmad and the other three are likely to be put on the plane to the US within 2 or 3 weeks. It's 4 minutes before 7.